My stuff, cats, you're gonna knock everything over. Hello, everyone. I hope
Morning or
that
evening.
that we are live now. Yeah, it's evening now. Give me a second and make sure everything is working properly. If you could give us a 5x5 and let us know. Okay, thank you, Coffee First. I appreciate that. Let's see. And Minute Man, thank you guys. So actually McBean was first in the house earlier today, so congrats on that. We've got Minute Man in here, Thistle Moon Farm, Coffee First, Katrinka, Shannon's here. Thank you guys for being here so much. Hey Papa's Farm, good to see you. Today has been a crazy day. Like Kelly said, coffee first, just saying. Yeah, I haven't been feeling very good. I honestly don't know if I have COVID again for the third time or not. I'm not sure. I've been super duper tired, but had really bad headache and like my ear is hurting really bad and stuff, and I've had a heating pad on most of the day and stuff, but we didn't do a live stream last week, so I figured I would push through this, and as soon as I was done, I go lay in bed. So I am actually in my pajamas, y'all, so no judging here or whatever. I'm just, like I said, it's been one of those days, and then today, one of our,
you look better than half the people that go to Walmart.
Well, thank you, I appreciate that, but, yeah, pants check. I do have pants on, but they're like sleeping pants. So, but hey, they're pants. We rescued a couple of kittens. Oh gosh, a couple months now, 2 months, maybe
I've lost track.
2 or 3, maybe 2 months ago. I'm not sure. And I think I told you guys this story, some of you guys and stuff. Well, the female, I don't know how she did it. She wound up getting in our wall. The wall of our house. I thought she went through like a closet or something, and it's really hard to explain, but we've got like a entryway type closet, and the back of it has like an opening, and underneath, and it goes into our bedroom. We've got some drawers that pull out, and usually the cats will climb in there, and all of a sudden I'll see them in our bedroom. I'll be like, what the heck? And they came up through the drawer. Well, I don't know what happened, but somehow she got stuck in the wall, and he had to use a sledgehammer and kind of pound a little hole in the wall. And we finally saw her and we got her out, but she had been in there since last night because I couldn't figure out what to do, and it was getting late, and I'm like, you know what, she'll be fine until today. So I tried taking everything out of the closet, trying to get in there and figure out where on earth she got stuck at. And we had there's like a board, and so he cut the top part of the board so that we could look in there better, because we couldn't, just the way the ceiling is in there and stuff, it's really low.
The hole was not big enough for me to fit my head in.
Yeah, so we couldn't even look down there to see where she was at or anything. So he was praying that he didn't slice and dice her at the same time, but he figured if he just did a little bit at the top, it would be fine. Well, lo and behold, did that. We're able to look in there and couldn't find her anywhere. And she stopped meowing. So I'm like, crap, I can't figure out where she is. And then all of a sudden I was in the bedroom and I heard her meowing again. And I'm like, okay, I hear her. And I went and looked, because he had smashed a hole in the wall just in case she was in there. But we didn't see her at that point. And so I went back in there, I heard her meowing, and I saw her. I looked inside the hole, and sure enough, she was in there. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So we got her out of the wall. But I mean, luckily cats are crazy, let me tell you.
Luckily it was inside a closet, so no biggie on putting a hole in the wall.
Well, we've got holes in the wall from the water issues that we've had with this place that we've talked about and stuff. So it wasn't a big deal. It was a small hole, but man, I was so worried she was going to be stuck in the wall or something. We couldn't get her out and figure out where she was. But
and then we'd have to find her by smell.
Yeah, and that would not be good. Hey, Little Lone Prepper. Hey, Simply Tony. Good to see you guys. I was just looking at chat and stuff here real quick and seeing if I missed anybody. Okay. So that was our excitement for the day. Now they're sitting here down here playing. The two cats are brother and sister. So I just felt bad for them. I'm not a cat person. I'm gonna be honest. I don't particularly like cats, but we decided to go ahead and adopt them. They'd been hanging out for a while. We knew their mom cat. She was really feral though, and she wouldn't let us pick her up or anything. And all of a sudden, she stopped coming by. So we wondered what had happened. And she brought the babies to meet us a couple of times and stuff. But then she didn't come by anymore. And then all of a sudden, the two babies came up to us and like they let me pick them up. I put them inside. They ate and stuff, and we're happy. And I was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and keep them because I kind of felt bad for them. But man, pets are kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. They're not very smart things that they do.
Sometimes.
Most of the time. Some of the things that they do, it's like, are you serious? Okay. So today we are going to do, and just again, if I'm not super talkative or thinking very quickly on my feet, I'm not feeling well. So I'm gonna try to get through this. We're going to do the WROL cards. I was looking at this box, just kind of seeing what it said on it and stuff. And it's really funny. There's actually a warning on here. So I'm going to read this warning to you guys real quick. It says, warning, if you are easily triggered by thinking of stressful situations that may or may not ever happen, do not purchase or participate in conversations involving these cards. You have been warned. So if that's not your thing, you've been warned. And also, I've got a disclaimer up. These are just our opinions, thoughts, and opinions. These are just scenarios. They're for fun. So this is not like something that's actually happening or is going to, although possible. We don't know. Also, there's 10, I believe 10 different categories.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'm going to do, because we're not going to cheat and know what the question is before we read it. So we'll kind of all know together. I'll pick 4 different ones and I want you guys to choose. Okay. Hey, JRC Homestead, Texas. Good to see you. I'm going to pick 4 different ones and you guys will choose just by a number, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So are we ready? Let's go ahead. The first one, so this will be number 1. B, no, C. What are you doing, Coffee First? 1. Hold on. I haven't even told you which ones yet, you guys. Chill. Okay. Number 1 will be religion. So if you want to talk about that, those scenarios, that'll be number 1. Number 2, let's do World War III. World War III will be number 2. The third one, let's do bank run will be the third. So number 3. Do you want to pick one for the fourth one?
Maybe that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. And number 4 will be terrorism, violence, and thought crimes will be number 4. So 1 is religion, 2 is World War III, 3 is bank run, and 4 is terrorism, violence, and thought crime. So put a number in and we'll see which one we'll do. Coffee First, 782. A 3, 4. We got 2 3s, 2 4. Well, that doesn't help. Okay, somebody, come on, you guys. We got 2 3s and 2 4s, basically. 3s and 4s. Okay, those were the ones that people were doing, was 3 and 4, right?
I would not have guessed the 3.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that. Well, because of what was happening with Bank of America going down and stuff. Yeah, did you guys hear about that?
No, I didn't.
Bank of America, people had money in their accounts, but their balance was showing 0 when they went to log into like their online and stuff like that. And and they couldn't use their credit cards. They go into the bank, they couldn't take any money out, showing zero balance and stuff. That was just kind of crazy. Hey, Dynamite, good to see you. So maybe we'll do one of three, and then we'll do one of four, and then see if you guys want to do something different after that. So we'll just start with that. Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Bank of America has had a lot of different problems lately. I don't know if it's all planned or what's going on.
I know I've had some bad experiences with some banks. Two banks I would not use. First
Chase, but Chase has a lot of problems going on too with their bank.
Chase and First Convenience.
Well, the First Convenience is in Walmart, right?
Right.
Is that one? Yeah, that one. They are really shady over there and stuff. Yeah, Verizon. Someone said something about Verizon. I have Verizon and haven't had any problems with anything going on with
Yeah.
Verizon.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. I don't know. Through Georgia. Sound Friday, still down in the mountains. Yeah, and all this stuff that's happening. Hey, Rescue, good to see you. Is one of the main banks heading out cards for the illegals. Yeah, that's what I was wondering if it was kind of planned or something. But don't you guys like find it awfully odd that we have? I mean, we have a hurricane. We have a port, the dock workers strike. We've got Bank of America having zero balance for their customers, and then Verizon's issues. I mean, doesn't it just seem all a little too convenient? And it's like right before an election, which is only a month away.
Can you say birth pains?
Yeah. I mean, everything is just happening so fast and so much all at one time.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, if you guys know the Bible and stuff, they talk about in the end times birth pains and stuff, and right now the birth pains are kind of piling up on top of each other. Then you got the wars going on between Israel and Iran, and you got the Russia Ukraine. You got us that I don't know what we're going to do because we don't have anybody in charge to do anything. So
this is that first time I've heard that where Iran is directly attacking Israel instead of using proxies.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just something to look into, but it won't be over until January 15th. Is that for sure? Because I haven't heard the strike. Yeah, I haven't heard that. And if that is the case, here's another thing. I guess maybe we had enough stuff we could talk about without doing these cards today, because some real life scenarios. But if it's not over until January, this is going to be really rough, because that's going to affect a lot of people. Like, if it was just a week, 2 weeks, it maybe you'd see some disruptions, but not a lot. But if it lasts that long, and then Christmas too, people aren't going to be able to get their stuff for their kids for Christmas. They're just not going to be able to.
Well, I don't know.
And we're in Texas, mind you, okay? And I went to Walmart the other day, and they had absolutely no toilet paper. They were very low on their and the paper towels and things like that too were running low. So I mean, already people are panic buying and stuff like that. So that's just kind of scary. Oh, it's postponed till January 15th. So they're not on strike anymore then? Yeah, that's the thing too, is that the toilet paper is made in the USA. So why people are hoarding toilet paper, I have no idea. It's like getting ridiculous,
Well, sometimes these strikes have cascade effects. I don't know with dock workers, but I was civilian contractor at Shepherd, and we were not union. Then we had a company. Periodically, they'd open up the contract for bid, and new company might come in. Well, I was working for Northrop. They tried to get us to go union. We did not. Then Northrop lost the contract. DynCorp got the contract. Northrop gave DynCorp all the funds for our leave and sick leave that we accrued, and DynCorp kept all the money for the sick leave. So in other words, I had 100 hours of sick leave that poof, it was gone. So then we decided to go union. That plus the fact of retirement union pension was, but
yeah, like I don't want to say, I know some people say that unions are horrible and they're bad and stuff like that. I mean, some of them and some of them can be and stuff, but him being in a union probably helped him quite a bit. And it's not so much, it's like the people that are way at the top that are kind of the corrupt ones.
We were a
stuff
machinist
too.
union, the aerospace workers, machinists, and we did go on strike one time because they were trying to flood our with part-time labor, so they didn't have to pay healthcare coverage.
Squirrel.
We went on strike for 1 week, thank God, only for a week. But we were picketing the front gate, and like I said, the cascade effect, the Teamsters Union would not cross our picket line to come on the base to make deliveries. So if they do go on strike, I don't know how far that will happen.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, is that with this whole, like, if somebody goes into the store and they buy like, a cart full of toilet paper or something, the next person behind them is going to be like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I better go ahead and do the same thing. So it's a domino reaction. It's like all it takes is one person to do something like that, and then everybody's doing it. It's like, it's becoming like the first, like COVID 2.0 with the
Mass
toilet
hysteria.
paper thing. It is, yeah. That's the thing. And especially for preppers and stuff, like, we shouldn't worry about that kind of stuff. Like, if somebody goes in there and buys like a case of, like 20 cases of vegetables, well, you shouldn't have to worry about it because you've got what you need and stuff. But it's like, even sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, is something going on that I didn't hear about? And I'm plugged into everything almost all the time. I don't like to be, but with doing YouTube and stuff, I do need to kind of plug in a little bit. I try to, if it starts getting to me and I start getting too much anxiety or something, I'll have to turn something off. He's on the news like constantly, and occasionally he'll turn it off for me if he sees that I'm getting stressed out. Tomorrow the return lines will be really long to return all the hoarding toilet paper. Yeah. Once they realize, oh, well, we didn't need to hoard all this stuff, I'm going to return it, because toilet paper is not cheap either.
Well, I think in some places, the last time they hoarded toilet paper and they tried to return it, they
wouldn't take it back. Because they tried to take it back after the whole fiasco, and when stores were being able to replenish and get more in and stuff, and they were telling them, no, you can't return it, you can't get your money back or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And yeah. Yeah, we live in a small town. So after I left Walmart, I came back over to our town and went to a small grocery store in the town, and they were a little bit low on the toilet paper, but it wasn't that bad. So I went ahead and just got a couple, because we needed some more anyway. I don't like to get into stockpile stuff unless I absolutely have to. So I just wanted to get some anyway. So I just picked up a few packages and stuff, but like nothing crazy or anything. But when I saw that too, I was like, man, I better just get a few just in case, just to last for a little bit, just in case with everything. But
which our local grocery store it's not a mom and pop grocery store. It is a national chain.
It's Berkshire's.
Yeah. Nothing near like Walmart though.
Right. And I actually prefer to shop there just because it's not as busy, because we're in a very small town. But the prices are a little bit higher on some of the stuff. Some of the stuff we can get, like sometimes we can get soda for really good deals, and their meat. Sometimes you can get like a buy one get one free type for ribeye and stuff.
Plus the quality of red meat at China Mart has really gone downhill.
Walmart, I will not buy meat at Walmart anymore. I don't know if it's just me or if you guys have noticed, but it's like, it's been a while since I bought any meat there, but the last time that I did, it was crap. It tasted awful. I couldn't even eat it. I mean, it just was not good.
I think I need to find a local butcher and just
That's what we're working on now, is trying to find a local butcher and stuff.
Well, I can afford with me.
Stock up on baby wipes. Well, I was thinking about getting some bidets put in the toilets here, because I actually thought that they were expensive, but they're not. So that might be another alternative too. But yeah, baby wipes and all that stuff. All right, let's go ahead and do a couple of these scenarios then. Let's go ahead and do the terrorism, violence, and thought crimes. You want to just pick one? Let's hope it's a good one.
I hope so.
The only thing I don't like about these is they're a little bit long, but okay, I'm just going to read it, and I'm not going to read it out to myself first. I'll just read it out loud. Okay. On August 1st, 2028, Atlanta, Georgia is taken hostage by a group of terrorists who threaten to unleash a deadly biological weapon unless their political demands are met. The government refuses to negotiate, and the terrorists begin releasing the weapon in small, controlled doses, causing widespread panic and illness. As the head of a private military company, you are approached by a group of wealthy citizens who offer to fund a covert operation to take out the terrorists, circumventing government authority. Do you accept this offer and risk legal consequences, or stand by and watch the crisis unfold, knowing you had the means to potentially stop it?
Stop it.
You would do that?
Definitely.
Yeah, because it would be my thought. Not everybody's going to be like this, but if you have an opportunity to do something about something, like if you see somebody out in public or something and something is happening to them and you don't do anything about it, I kind of feel like you're almost to blame, like they are. So it's kind of the same thing. If you're given an opportunity and you know that it would actually work, then you should probably, do that and stuff and risk. I mean, what are they going to do once you fix the problem? They're not going to like lock you up for being a hero or anything. There's going to be too many people that are going to be fighting for you, saying, they did something, you didn't do anything,
Yeah, but
so
we have political prisoners in prison right now because
well,
the powers don't like them.
that is true.
And if, in my opinion,
this is a very, very specific question. Coffee first said. Yeah. That's one thing about these cards in particular. I think these are a little bit more specific than the conflicted cards are that we do.
Well, also, it says it's a disease.
Doesn't say what. It says a biological weapon, a deadly biological weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't actually, it's not very specific. It doesn't say what kind or anything.
Yeah, or how many, what the death count is, how many percent die.
Yeah, see, that's going to be a big thing too, because like I firmly believe that if the C-19 that we just had had a higher death rate to it than less than 1%, I think more people would have taken the arm ticket thing, because of that. And that's why I think if they were to do something again, they would probably make sure that it did have a higher count, so then they could force people to do what they want. Because something that has a less than 1% and it only affects certain people more, you know what I'm saying? It's people aren't going to be running out to get that arm ticket going on, you know what I'm saying?
Well, so in that situation, what do you think the government would do? I know what I think the government would do.
In this situation, they wouldn't do anything. They would just let it happen because they want to wipe out the population.
Well, yes, but I don't think they want to be that out in the open about it.
Are you talking about this government here? Is really getting out in the open about everything they're doing? Freaking the Waltz guy said that he made friends with school shooters.
Well, what I'm leading up to is what I think they would do is they would surround.
Now we're getting into a heated discussion here, guys. Sorry, because I just got like, are you serious? These people here are doing so much stuff right in the open nowadays. They're not even hiding anything that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's right out there. It's like people are seeing it with their own eyes, and I don't think they can believe it. They can't believe what they're seeing because it doesn't make any sense. Like before, when they did different things, it was always behind closed doors. It was hush hush.
Mm-hmm.
It was quiet. They didn't want you to know what they're doing. But now they don't even care. They're not hiding their agenda or anything. They're pushing it right there in front of your face.
That's true. But I know some of the things that the government has done in the past.
Mm-hmm.
What I think would happen, surround the city, blockade it. Okay. And then if it didn't come to almost immediate resolution,
well, then they would destroy the city.
I was going to say,
with everybody in it.
A nuke or napalm or both.
I know it's just a TV show, but that's what they did in the Walking Dead stuff and everything, especially Fear the Walking Dead. I believe they bombed a couple of cities to try to, and that's not so far-fetched. Because if their hands are tied and they really don't know what to do and they're worried about themselves,
right,
then they probably will.
We can annihilate this city.
And I don't think that should be allowed to happen.
And save everybody else. I believe they would do it.
Yeah. Yeah, they would. And they probably wouldn't feel bad about doing it either. I don't know. Hi, Matt Elf. Good to see you. Ed, good to see you. Sorry if I missed some of you guys and stuff. We just got into a little we don't usually do that, but I'm like, I just started getting upset about what they're doing and stuff. Not that I'm defending Waltz. We knew what he meant. Well,
I didn't.
At first I didn't. I was like, what? Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but I think Vance is a really good speaker. He's got some good charisma. He's very eloquent. He knows how to speak very well and get his point across. Oh, Waltz doesn't like, I mean, that was a blatant mistake of his words of what, I mean, yeah, I know it had to do, I think, with the Sandy Hook thing or something. And that was kind of what was going on. I think he meant parents but that's not what he said. And that's not how it came out. So, you know, you have to be really careful with your words when you're doing debates and stuff like that, because it can get misconstrued against you. And I just don't think that he would make a very good vice president at all. Not that Kamala would make a good president.
Well, it's like when Walt said that he was in China during the massacre at Tiananmen Square, and they asked him about it, and he said a lot of words, not answering the question.
Well, that's what they all do, though. They all say a lot of words, and none of it. I mean, they don't have any good moderators that will catch, because both sides do it, though. Both sides start going off on a tangent about something else and don't actually answer the question. And the moderators don't usually go after the Democrat people for doing that, but they will the Republicans and be like, you didn't answer the question. I'm going to repeat it again for you and stuff. But the moderators aren't doing their job is what it boils down to, basically.
Well, they're doing what they think their job is.
Unfortunately, if they take out T, it will be V running for president. Well, yeah. I pray that they don't take him out.
Yeah.
I don't know how many attempts that they've kind of called it. I think it's been like 4 or 5. A couple of them didn't really make headline news. So some people are just saying the 2. I would say that the plane thing would have definitely been
Trump
a 3rd.
on the airplane when it had to make the emergency landing?
I think he was.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure because that didn't get covered very much. So I'm not going to talk like I actually know that. But some people are saying that it's very odd that it had the the problems that it did and stuff, you know, especially
Yeah, I
for
wish I knew
him.
more about that because
They didn't talk about it very much.
I'm an aircraft mechanic, and I never did hear any specifics of what was wrong with the airplane.
No, but then okay, did you guys hear that Kamala's group wanted to get in on the assassination stuff? And so somebody, they weren't even in, nobody was in the building when this happened, okay? And the person shooting was shooting a BB gun at a building. And she goes and says, "Oh my gosh, they tried to kill me and stuff. They're after me too and stuff." I'm like, "Girl." So yeah, she just wanted to get out on some of that because she thought he was getting too much attention.
Yeah, she probably paid the person to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, just if he gets elected, that's no guarantee that he'll be safe. And the thing is, if I was him, I would hire my own security to help protect, because I don't think the Secret Service are doing a very good job. In fact, they might be kind of in on some of this stuff, or might be like, well, this is just better just to let it happen and not protect him. And he can't get enough Secret Service to protect him. You know what I'm saying?
He needs
I mean, Kennedy, look at what's happened to his family, and he couldn't get any Secret Service. They wouldn't let any Secret Service on him and his family, you know? So
he needs to hire some ex-Delta force.
yeah. I just think the way the whole thing is messed up. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, is if they did take him out, it would probably result in a civil war. There would be a lot of very unhappy people about that. Hey, Dan H, good to see you.
Yeah, somebody else said a bunch of rednecks would be raise all sorts of hell.
Yeah, that's what I just put up there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Civil War. Yeah, and we just got to keep praying for God to be looking out for him, because we can't. Our country is hanging on by a thread as it is. Unfortunately, it's
V was not my choice, but I've been kind of pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, Vance, you talking about?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I actually was kind of surprised when he chose him. But after the debate, I thought he did an excellent job. I think he did better than Trump did against Kamala, because I think she got under his skin and kind of messed him up a little bit. And that's where he had a little bit of some problems. But I think that Vance did a wonderful job. Yeah, civil wars start when the conservatives have had enough. And I'm just wondering when that point is going to be, because we've been through it lately and having to listen and deal with the other side, and them going out and protesting, setting up all these shops that that chop whatever, Chaz chop whatever and stuff like that. And they're constantly, you know, having protests and stuff like that. I would call it more than a protest, but you know,
like that one video, liberal reporter in front of a building that was on fire saying mostly peaceful protests.
Yeah. No, they weren't mostly peaceful, but believe whatever you want. Well, it's not that I didn't like him. I just really didn't know much about him or anything like that. I was just kind of surprised at the choice, but I mean, I think he's a good guy. He seems like he's a good Christian person too. He's got family values and stuff.
He fills a bunch of the boxes. I think he could have picked somebody that would bring more swing voters across.
Yeah, that might be.
I'd like to find out what he's.
That's could be a good point. I don't believe there will be a civil war. Maybe sporadic uprisings, but not a civil war. Not enough men left in this country. I mean, that's a possibility too, unless things just took an absolute horrendous turn and dive, and people were just really tired of it. People like their comforts and the way they are. They don't want to be uncomfortable, and dealing with a civil war or doing things like that,
Yeah.
you're not going to have your
Yeah.
comforts and
The
stuff. And
only
that's why people
they have,
aren't
yeah.
wanting to stand up, in my opinion,
Mhm.
you know?
Well, it's not like I had the weak moment. They for several months I've been building stuff with pallets, and we have two teenagers in this house. Not one time have they come and said, "Oh, can I help?" Um, and I remember a saying somebody once did said, "Hard times make hard men. Hard men make soft times. Soft times make soft men. Soft men make hard times." It's like, have you noticed that it seems like the younger generation is so lazy? And you know, they don't seem to want to fight for freedom. They don't want to be patriots. They don't want to work hard. They don't want to fight and work for the American dream. Well, I start thinking, well, maybe they don't deserve the American dream. And maybe we should just let things get worse.
Yeah, I
I
think I'm talking to you guys on the internet here, but I think internet is one thing that has changed for people. Hey, Mike, Hudson Valley, thanks for coming in. Okay, so it is put off until January 15th. Okay. That's awesome because that's what Coffee first said, but I hadn't heard that yet.
like what
So
Dynamite said.
you have to be willing to lose everything, including your life, to stand up to the government in combat. Yeah, that's
That is
very true.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, yeah. Well, then I guess maybe people will stop hoarding the toilet paper then. So I don't know. Yeah, you're right on that one, Okikon. The American dream for them is free stuff.
Exactly.
That's what the problem is yeah, it's they want everything free. They want handouts and stuff. They don't want to work hard for it. And I'm not saying all of them, because some do work, but they're just not, they don't care about the things that we cared about, you know, that we want, you know, like you said,
Yeah,
like
the American
being
way
able
of
to
life.
have your own house and have your own land and freedom, and realizing that this freedom comes at a cost, and we're not appreciating it. I mean, some young kids don't even want to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance or
Yeah.
anything like that, you know? And
Freedom is not free.
I mean, and if we're not careful, it's going to be ripped right away from us, and then who's going to stand up to get it back? There's not enough people, because like you said, the younger generation, they don't care about that kind of stuff, you know. They think that it's wrong to be proud to be an American. They think it's wrong to be proud, you know. And it doesn't make any sense to me, because that's why so many people are trying to come in here, because they want what we have. You know, all these other people,
and the politicians are handing it to them on a silver platter.
Well, all these legal immigrants, the legal immigrants that came in the right way, did the right thing and everything, they've even said that they are so proud to be considered an American now.
Yeah.
They are just so happy, and they're so upset that they had to take years and years and years and working hard and really trying to get pushed through the system so they could get in here legally, while these other people are just coming through and they're just handing them free stuff and telling them, here you go, you know. And it's just, it's not right. It's not right. Hey, Savagely.
I pledged to, when I joined the Air Force, I pledged to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. My father was career Army. I grew up an Army brat. He taught me, I was going to go in the Army, but he taught me to go in the Air Force instead. But when I joined, I pledged the oath. In essence, I gave a blank check that I was willing and am still willing to pay any price to protect the country, up to and including my life.
Hey, James Trump. Hey, from East Tennessee, y'all keep us in Western North Carolina in your prayers. Yes, definitely. You guys got hit pretty bad up there. I've been watching some videos and stuff of all the flooding and stuff, and oh man, I don't even know what to say. Those people are having some major SHTF going on right now, and unfortunately, something like that is really hard to prepare for, because if your house floods, you have all of your supplies and everything in there, and it all gets destroyed. You know, everything that you had been working hard for and had been preparing for, and then it's all gone. Like what
square
you
one.
you know, yeah. And gosh, I'm about to start crying. I mean, I feel for them. I just can't even imagine what that would be like right now. So yeah, definitely they all need our prayers.
Yeah, makes me think our plumbing problems are minuscule compared to them.
I've been thinking, like, I try not to complain too much about stuff that's, my own personal life and stuff, because I know everybody's got stuff that's going on in their lives. And we talk about, his surgeries in the VA and stuff a lot. But, seeing all these natural disasters and different things that are happening, and these people that have, like, just lost everything, makes me put into perspective that, you know what, I am very blessed. I have a roof over my head, and that is way more than a lot of people can say. And yeah, I just feel like I should never complain about anything, because there's so many people that have it so much rougher than we do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. All right, well, this got really somber really fast. Goodness.
Another scenario, or
yeah, we got about 15 minutes or so, so we'll go ahead and do another scenario.
Wow.
We've been talking about so many different things going on and stuff that the time's just flying. Do you want to do a bank run one then? Because we did the other one last time. You want to do that? Or do you want to do something different? You want to do World War III?
Yeah, World War III.
Okay. I'll let you just kind of grab it. Okay. Okay, you guys, here's another scenario. Hold on, what's Dynamite say? I might need to stay at your place for a couple days. I'm going to Mexico, change my name to Jose, and sneak back across the border so I can get benefits.
I thought of that.
If you do that, you're more than welcome to stay here. You just need to share some of the benefits with us. That's all. But yeah, that's fine. Okay. On September 8th, 2036, in the city of Detroit, Michigan, during World War III, you are a high-ranking intelligence officer who has discovered a network of spies within your own organization. However, you also find out that your sibling is a key figure in this network. Do you expose the entire network, including your sibling, to protect your country? Or do you try to shield your sibling from the consequences, risking national security? Okay, this is gonna sound really awful, and I'm really sorry, but I'm gonna be really honest. I'm not close to any of my siblings. They're like half siblings and stuff, and I'm not close to them. I don't talk to them that much. Because of that fact, I would possibly turn them in, just because I don't have that relationship. Now, if I did have a really good relationship, because I know some people are super close to their brother or sister or something like that. And that's so different, then the answer might be something different. But for me personally, I don't have that kind of relationship. But that's just the way it is for me.
Similar with me, my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband's a retired lieutenant colonel, lawyer, army officer, federal judge. Thinks she's better than me. Stole part of my inheritance from my mom. I'd rat her out in a heartbeat.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's just going to kind of depend on, your guys' own personal.
I feel more closer and more connected with the family we have here on YouTube.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. If it was between my real family and my family that, oh, by the way, this is the cat that got stuck in the wall. But between my real family and what I consider my family here on YouTube, I wouldn't turn in any of my YouTube family. So that's, I guess, what I would consider more of a family, and I wouldn't do that. What's the kitty's name? We've got two. We got a boy and a girl, and they're Jack and Jill. But yeah, so I mean, I guess in that sense then, because I would consider them family, brothers and sisters, that I wouldn't. So I guess the answer then would be no, I wouldn't turn them in. So now this is me saying this now. I don't know honestly what I would do if this was years down and in a serious war. Your mindset's probably going to be a little bit different, and you're going to have to be a little bit stronger and make those tough decisions that you don't have to do now.
Yep.
You know, so I don't know. What did you guys say? Because I'm kind of curious about that. I love the kitty names. Thank you. You had a kitty stuck in the floorboards once. Yeah. I don't even know how she got in the wall. I have no idea. We heard her meowing. I couldn't find her, and then I heard her meowing, and I'm like, how on earth? And I don't know.
When he asked if we decide on dog's name.
Yeah, we're calling him Buddy. We decided to do Buddy for the dog. We were going to call him Dog, but we changed.
DAWG.
Yeah, DAWG. But here's the thing. I was outside trying to. We've only had him for a week now. I was outside trying to get him to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, "Come on, Buddy, please, just Buddy, please do this." And before I named him Buddy, and I was like, "Huh, Buddy, maybe I'll just name him Buddy." So that's kind of how that came about. So, yeah. Your dog has about 32 names. Let me guess, like a-hole and shithead.
The other night I was calling him dumbass.
Yeah.
Like
only child here, Dynamite. Yeah. So that's true.
Yeah, I forget the joke. Except maybe the punchline about a father that was cuss at his two sons, and he was chewing out one of them and says, "Damn it, you were supposed to do it." Says, "No, I'm all shit. He's damn it."
Oh, about their names. Yeah. What is that? DOG? Oh, DOG. Okay, I was like, I couldn't read that at first. DOG. Dog's name, DOG. Yeah. Well, we thought we actually wanted to name one of the cats Dog and name the dog Cat, but we decided against that. It's the only tree. Yeah. We decided because they're brother and sister, and I don't know why. I was like, you know what? Let's call them Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill ran down the hill. But
ran up the hill,
fetch a pail of water. I don't know. I'm not a child anymore. I don't know these stories.
So what's that? Was Jill? Jill ran up the wall.
Yeah, she ran up the wall. Oh no, I hope she doesn't do it again. We've got that door shut now, and I got to keep it shut all the time, make sure she can't get back there and stuff. But I was actually lucky that the one hole that he did hammer through the wall, that we were able to find her that way. At first we weren't, because we looked in there and we didn't see her, so she must have been somewhere else, and then she just came up and heard our voice, and then I'm like, I can't reach my arm in to get her, and I was like, you might have to make the hole bigger. And so we stepped back a minute, and then she managed to squirm her way out of it and get out of it. So she was probably super happy, because she'd been in there since last night. We got her out early this afternoon, probably like 1 o'clock or something. So she'd been in there for a good 12 hours or something. She was probably starving. Whiskers and Queens. As long as Jill wasn't Jill Biden. No, that's not why I named her Jill. All right. What time is it? Oh, we got about 10 minutes. Okay. That was a pretty quick one then. Do you want to do one more? Or do you want to just kind of talk for a few minutes, or do you want to end it early, or what you want to do?
I don't know if we have time to do another one.
Who's going on after us? Does anybody know what creators are going on after us? So I can make sure to I'll probably be laying in bed while I'm listening, but just need to make sure. I don't know. Again,
Vision's on, isn't he?
Yeah, Vision is on tonight, isn't he? Yeah. Okay. Yep, Vision. Okay, thanks, Coffee First. Like I said, I just haven't been feeling good, so kind of got brain fog going on too. Not me, Dynamite.
Okay, I do have a question.
Okay.
Kelly and I have been arguing about AK-47.
Oh, I was like not literally arguing, but having discussions. Okay.
My opinion, AKs are not as inherently inaccurate as people say. I think the major problem is the sight radius really hurts the AK. So I've been wanting to put an optic on my AK, either a red dot or a scope. There's one I was looking at, only had like 4 power magnification, but it also had a red dot on the top. Everybody's opinion, optic on AK or iron sights?
I told him he didn't need to waste the money on an optic, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be probably both sides. If Bama Jen was in here, she might have an opinion on that and stuff. I don't think she goes for optics on hers. I think she just does iron sights. But
yeah, I think the main problem with the that particular long gun is the sights.
You have a Russian red dot for your AK? Because right now he's just got iron sights on his. Rambo, where were you stationed and what years were you in? My stepdad retired from the Air Force.
I was in from I went in 77, got out in 82. Of course, Lackland, Shepherd for tech school. Then I was assigned to Reese Air Force Base at Lubbock, Texas for 2.5 years. Then I went overseas to RAF Lakenheath. I was a crew chief on F-111s. While I was in Lakenheath, I went TDY to Incirlik, Turkey for 90 days.
He's kind of been all over the place.
And then after I got out, I was civilian contract maintenance on Army helicopters for 2.5 years. And then T-38s at Shepherd for 32 years.
Yeah, that's where he retired from. Was at Shepherd and Wichita Falls.
Like I say, I worked on Department of Defense aircraft, helicopters, jets, F-4s, Hueys, OH-58s, CH-47s, from 1977 to 2020.
Mm-hmm. That's why he was wishing he could get some more information about that plane, about the malfunctions or something of Trump's plane that he was campaigning on, because being an aircraft mechanic and stuff, he might be able to know, what the possibility was or what was happening on it. But like I said, they're kind of glossing over a lot of stuff lately. Although right now they're really talking about this P. Diddy thing. I mean, this is like a big thing going on. And I'm like, don't we have some other things to worry about? I mean, why now? I'm just wondering. I mean, yes, they needed to catch him and stuff, but why did it happen now? Why didn't it happen like a month or 2 months ago or something? I don't know. Your dad did maintenance on helicopters in Vietnam. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. I did mostly on Hueys. I actually got to ride a couple times in Hueys. That was a blast. I had top secret security clearance overseas because I worked on a nuke-loaded aircraft and I knew how to arm a nuke, but I didn't think that would be very good on my resume. No crossover for that career field.
Mm-mm. Distraction the masses. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking because I just find it some weird timing with the whole P Diddy thing. Like I'm definitely not saying that he should get off the hook or anything, by no means. I'm just saying why now? Why didn't they do it 6 months ago and stuff? It seems like they knew this kind of information a while ago and stuff. I'm just wondering why it took them so long too. But
I know nothing about Diddy.
I'm a little worried that he's going to be Epsteined or something like that, and not going to be able to roll on all the other people. But
I've always kind of thought he was a little weird. I think they're just attacking him because he likes Trumps.
they're attacking him because of all the stuff that he had in his house.
Yeah, but you don't think they would have ignored it if he didn't like Trump?
Well, yeah, that's probably, yeah, I see your point on that. Yeah, if he was a Harris fan or supporting Harris or something, yeah, they probably would have ignored it. But the thing is that he probably has information on a bunch of people that he can roll on that could still hurt them. So I don't
I mean,
know.
like I'm very ignorant. All the other things going on in the world between between Ukraine and Israel. I have not even been paying attention to anything about Diddy.
I know there's just so much stuff going on right now. I'm just thinking it's just distraction for what's about to really happen. And that's just kind of, it's a little scary if you think about it, you know? I mean, we shouldn't be scared or anything, but it's like they're doing all this for a reason because they're going to try to push something by us that we're not going to notice, is what I'm thinking.
Informational overload.
Yeah, that could be too. And if they throw enough stuff at us, then we're going to be like, okay, we just don't want to pay attention anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then they can throw something up that we're not even paying attention to because we're all tuned out or something like that. I don't know. But it's been great having you guys all here, and I appreciate it so much. But I am going to go and rest and relax and get a heating pad on my head because my head's starting to hurt pretty bad right now. So thank you guys for being here so much. Yeah, keep all the hurricane victims all the way up the East Coast and everything in your prayers and stuff. A lot of them are, you know, people in the prepping community and stuff too. So just, you know, keep them all in your prayers and stuff. And
I'd like to make one more comment, kind of something along the lines I've said before. And it's like, you know, everything going on, everybody needs to be situationally aware.
mm-hmm.
But be situationally aware of everything, not danger. It's kind of like the other day, a while back, recently, I was at a convenience store. And this lady came in and she had a gallon of milk. She was at the register. And she was pulling coins out of her pocket and did not have enough money to buy the milk for her kids. So she said, I'll go see if I can find any more change in my vehicle. He walked out. The next guy in line at the register said, put that on my tab. He paid for it. He left. She came in. She says, this is paid for. It's yours. Let's all kind of be aware of things like that goes on. You know, it doesn't. And
with so much evil and so much bad doing in the world and stuff, it's always good to see something good happen and somebody do something out of the kindness of their heart to help someone else. And I know not everybody can afford to be, you know, just handing out money to strangers and stuff like that. But if you see something and you can do something,
like,
you know,
you're like, oh, when I won the lottery, I'm going to help people. Well, you can probably help a few people now.
I mean, like a gallon of milk's what, a couple bucks, $3 or something, you know, but that just probably made her day. So, you know, just things like that. And I guess that's a good way to leave it because we kind of,
well, and not to toot our own horn, but not that long ago, we had a good month. And we were in the grocery store and there was an older couple in front of us. They didn't have a whole lot of groceries, but they looked like they might have been struggling a little bit. So Kelly stepped up and said, can I buy your groceries for you?
I don't like to tell people about that kind of stuff, though, baby. I wish you wouldn't have said that, but
I knew you wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I was hoping that's not what you were going to say. No, I don't like to to brag about the good that I do. I feel like God puts it on my heart to do something good for someone, but I don't want credit for it, so I don't go and bragging about doing something like that.
I knew
But
she would never take credit for it.
yeah. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for being here and stuff. We appreciate it so much. And we will see you next week. And well, we'll see you in other places before then. But you guys have a wonderful, fabulous rest of your
Blessed night.
Yep.